Hello, clarinet players. We are going to be working on Midnight Sky, so make sure you have your music up and ready for Midnight Sky. Make sure you have your clarinet with you and that it is working and all warmed up, okay? So we're going to start at the beginning. Going to go through each of the notes, play through it. Let's go measure 1, 2, 3, and 4. Start out with F, G, 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 F, F, G, G. Let's play that all half notes. This tempo. 1, 2, ready, go. Wonderful. Now, even though it's really simple and the notes are kind of the same, the rhythm's all the same, we can do a little bit with this knowing what the melody sounds like. So in the beginning, it says there's a little P underneath the first note, so we can make it really quiet. And then in the last two measures, there are 3 and 4, we can kind of add a little bit of a crescendo, a little bit getting louder. Not a lot because it's not written in, but it'll help support the melody and build us into measure 5. So let's go on to measure 5. We have A, which is that little teardrop key in the front, G, E, A again, G, F, E. So let's try those two measures. Ready? Go. And my tone is not the best, so I'm going to work on that. Please note that there is a breath mark in between 5 and 6, so we do want to take that break. Ready? In. Okay, going on, measure 7, we have F, C, C, C. Okay, ready? In. And this one does have a crescendo and then a decrescendo, so we do want to get louder and then quieter. That sounds so gurgly. Poco ritardando, little bit slowing, so we want to take our time when we go into measure 9. So we're going to go on to measure 9. I gotta turn my page. C, C, D, E, D, D, C, G. Let's try that. Ready? And. Still not liking the way that's sounding, but we'll go with it. Notice where you have articulation. So you have ta, 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 ta. And there shouldn't be a breath in between there. I was just kind of overemphasizing where the breaths are. Let's do those two measures again. 9 and 10. Ready? And. Sorry, I'm going to say again, that's a bad sound. Ready? And. That's really bad. Let's go on. Measure 11 and 12. I'm going to move my reed up a little bit. That could help me get a little bit better, less gurgly sound. We'll try that, see what that does for us. So we have C, this is 11. C, C, D, E, D, 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 C, G, which I think is almost exactly the same thing that we just played. And there is a crescendo for those two whole measures, increasing our sound. It's 11. Ready? And. Do it again. Ready? Go. Okay, Let's go back to 9. So 9, 10, 11, and 12 because that has the most moving notes. So let's practice that. Ready? 9. Okay, now taking a breath. If you can make it, we would really like that to be all one continuous breath, make it really fluid. But here's the trick, we never want to take a breath after a crescendo. So in measure 11 and 12, we just did a crescendo, meaning we don't want to breathe in between 12 and 13. So if you need to take a breath before that, sneak it in a not as obvious place. So after a quarter note, after like beat 1, so like in measure 11, if I'm like, I need a breath, I can go. And then I can keep going. So after a quarter note on beat 1, good place to sneak one in. Let's go on to 13. We have G, A, G, C, F, E, D, E. Let's do those 2 measures. Ready? Go. Okay. This is 15. A, G, F, G, E, D, F. 15, 16. Ready? Go. And again, notice where you have to articulate and where you shouldn't articulate. So at 14, I have that ta, 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 ta. Okay? Not slurring not articulating the second, 8th note. I'm playing at 14. Ready? And yeah? And I did that all in one breath. So if you can do that, sustain those half notes and don't take a breath after every measure. Let's take it back to the beginning and play through all of that. This is the beginning. Ready? So the key to this is not only just notes and rhythms, but kind of finding phrasing, connecting our notes together, dynamics, and since there are so many breath marks marked in our music, make sure you're only taking a breath where there is a breath mark. Now, like I did a good example where I was like thinking ahead and I was like, ooh, you know what? Kind of running low on air. I know I can't breathe after measure 12, so I'm going to sneak one in measure 11. Okay, now with the full band, that's a really good place to sneak one in because maybe you're, it's only the clarinets and the trumpets that have that. So if they're the only ones doing it, everyone else is sustaining. No one will even hear that breath. No one will even hear that break, okay? So find places where you can sneak it in. We never really want to take a breath on a bar line unless there's a breath mark there for a specific purpose, which we do have a lot of those moments in the song, okay? So go ahead and rewind and play that one again. Practice measure 1 through 16. Get those really solid. And if you have any questions about measure 1 through 16, I will see you tomorrow. We won't have instruments at school, but if you have a question about a note or a rhythm or anything I said, feel free to ask in class tomorrow. All right? Bye.